Hi, and thanks for stopping by and watching the video. It's the day after the election, and undoubtedly, you're experiencing a whole lot of emotions right now. There's disappointment. You're probably feeling a little frustrated. You might be a little bit angry, and there's a fair amount of confusion trying to understand what happened yesterday. Why did Harris lose? And all of those are sewn together with a thin kind of thread of fear about what we're facing over the next 3 to 4 years. And these are all understandable feelings. I've had them myself because we know what a Trump administration looks like. We saw this from 2017 through 2021. And during that period, there was an increase in domestic chaos. There was an increase in polarization. America's standing in the world declined. And quite frankly, I think Americans became a little less safe. So that fear makes sense. Now, as you're kind of going through all of these emotions, you may be latching on and starting to assign blame for the loss. It may be a person, it may be a policy position, it may be the way an interview was conducted. There can be a lot of different things that in these raw times right after a loss, we start gravitating towards and looking for excuses and trying to justify that anger. Totally makes sense. Moreover, I understand why in looking at these results, you may throw up your hands and say, I'm done. I'm going to tune out. I'm just going to worry about me. I get that too. I felt the same way. I'm going to suggest that perhaps you follow a different path. And I'm not saying that you don't take a break. Absolutely take a break. You need to process this. But don't be gone too long, because we need to understand why we lose elections. Not just this election, but a whole series of elections. And what that's going to require is it's going to require us being willing to ask some questions of people who refuse at this point in their life to ever cast a ballot for anyone that has a D in their name. We need to understand what's going on. We don't have to agree with the conclusions that they draw, but we've got to at least start asking those questions. And then based on those answers, we can start looking as individuals and saying, what do we need to change? What do we need to stand for? Because at the end of the day, the long arc of a nation curves towards justice, but that's in the long term. In the short term, it can shift the other way. And we need to make sure that we're doing things to put individuals in office who care about people, who care about equal opportunity, who care about individuals who, by virtue of circumstance, are not as well off as others, and helping them go forward and move forward. So don't be gone too long. And when you're back, start asking those questions of those people who won't vote for a Democrat. And let's start collecting that information. Let's start understanding why we lose and really begin to look at the positions we need to take in order to win races. Thanks again for listening. Take care. Talk to you soon.